We want to demonstrate use of the prism. Again, this is a glass prism, and prisms can be ordered from the forestry supply type places and what are called different factors. A convention in the eastern U.S., given our typical range of diameters, is a 10-factor prism. This is a 10-factor prism. In the West, where the tree diameters in the West Coast are much larger, they use a different factor. And we'll talk a little bit about what the factor means when we start talking about stem density and something called basal area. And prisms come in different shapes. This glass wedge prism, and we'll see if you can see it from the edge, it is indeed a wedge prism. And this one is in the form of a rectangle. One dimension is smaller than the other. Some prisms come as a square where the dimensions are about the same. Some come with a rounded edge, but they all do the same thing. So the way this is used for variable plot timber estimations is you determine what your center of the plot is by whatever criteria you use. Pacing, you could have waypoints set up in advance with GPS that you navigate to, but when you are at what you're calling plot center, when you're doing the measurements or using the instrument, the prism, you want to hold the prism over the center of the plot as you look through the prism at each tree one at a time to determine whether it's an in or countable tree or an out tree. So as you're turning to look at different trees, you want to hold the prism over the plot center and rotate your body so that your body's going around the plot center but the prism is not. Very often when you see students who are first learning to use the prism, they stand at the plot center and they turn the prism like that, which is you're losing your accuracy and precision. So the goal in using this to determine an in tree or an out tree is to hold the prism up such that you're looking at the tree through the prism at 4.5 feet above the ground. Again, we use that convention. And you'll see in a second that when you look at the tree through the prism, that the portion of the tree stem that you see through the prism is offset to the right or the left, depending on which way you hold the prism. Doesn't matter. It's offset to the right or the left, but you can see when you hold, say, the top edge of the prism at 4.5 feet, you can see the tree stem not through the prism, above the prism, and the tree stem through the prism, which is offset. And when those two images, the offset portion within the prism and the portion of the stem that you're looking at above the prism, when there is overlap between those two images, the tree is considered to be in and it is countable. If you're looking at the tree in the prism and just above the prism at the edge at 4.5 feet, if a straight line from the offset image upwards would leave space between that offset image and the edge of the stem that you're looking at above it, the tree is considered not in or it's out, and it is not a measurement tree. So that